Golf has never been this exciting, and that is far from a knock on the sport. However, it has been impossible to not have your eyes glued to the news surrounding the situation in the sport currently. With the LIV Golf Tour trying to overtake the well-established PGA Tour, it is causing a great deal of controversy, and in this video, we're going to be breaking it all down and how it affected the US Open this season and what Matt Fitzpatrick's US Open victory means for him in the future. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. First up, the LIV Golf Tour is trying to take attention off the PGA Tour. When golf fans looked at the schedule for the LIV Golf Tournament and saw that one of its major events was going to be taking place the same weekend as the US Open, I'm sure that people were scratching their heads wondering why they would try and compete with the PGA Tour. But when you take a step back and look at it objectively, it becomes so obvious. The LIV Golf Tour knows that it will not be competing with the PGA in terms of ratings, or at least they know that they will not be beating the PGA when it comes to ratings, so they might as well do whatever they can to stir the pot. If the LIV Golf Tour had a major the weekend before or the weekend after or any other weekend for that matter, nobody would have cared because it wouldn't be front page news. But because they chose to place their big event on the same weekend, they knew that even if viewers were not tuning into their YouTube live stream of the event, golf fans would be talking about the event and the fact that it had the audacity to be on at the same time as one of the PGA's biggest majors. The LIV Golf Tour has already taken some big names away from the tournament as doing everything they can to prove that they are as good, if not better, than the PGA Tour, which is obviously untrue right now. But if this turn can take off and golfers can see that they can make $25 million just for winning a tournament, soon they will see that their talents may be wasted in the PGA and that the LIV Tour may be for them. Australian golf legend Greg Norman, the head of the Saudi-backed LIV Golf League, seems to think that anyway. And who knows, in 3 years, he might be right. Now, what Matt Fitzpatrick win means for the LIV Golf Tour. As I mentioned prior, the LIV Golf Tournament has taken some pretty big names over to their side of the fairway, including Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, who is obviously their biggest draws to watch. However, having the tournament be on the same weekend as one of the PGA's major tournaments turned out to be a huge mistake for the LIV Golf Tournament, and Matt Fitzpatrick's win showcased that beautifully. This was the fourth time in the last 4 years in which a new player won their first ever major tournament and did so by winning the US Open. Although to be fair, Fitzpatrick was an easy bet. He had played this course with a great deal of pressure on his shoulder roughly 10 times, as he played the course for an amateur tournament 6 times, and had played in the US Open in the past couple years, placing within the top 10 4 times in his last 5 years. So clearly, he had to be a favorite to begin with. However, the LIV Golf Tournament was in a bad place as its big draw either played much worse than the majority of the players in the US Open, or they didn't play at all. That's right, last season when Dustin Johnson played in the US Open, he came in tied for 24th, and last time I checked, it's not that great. Bryson DeChambeau, one of the league's other superstars, didn't even go to the LIV Golf Premier Tournament in London, England, as I guess he must have had something else better to do. But he will be making an appearance at the next event because he wants to secure that bag he was promised, no doubt. And where was Phil Mickelson in all this? We don't know. He did not make an appearance over the weekend, but he will be at the next LIV Golf event as he too needs to earn the $200 million that he was enticed with in order to sign with the LIV Golf Tournament rather than the PGA. But speaking of huge amounts of money, the US Open shocked the golf world with its purse this year, as it was the biggest purse in history of the tournament, with Fitzpatrick taking home a whopping $3.15 million prize for winning. Not only that, but the player who came in second, currently world number 1 and former Masters champion Scottie Scheffler, ended up taking home $1.5 million as a reward for coming in second. Now, the crazy thing about that is that bumped Scheffler's total winnings from the PGA this season to $12.9 million, which is the highest earnings a PGA player has ever received in a single season. And there's still 2 months to go, meaning that he has a good chance to not only break the record, but crush it. The winner of the last LIV Golf Tournament, Charles Schwartzel, made $4.75 million for his efforts. However, there was no cut for the event, meaning that pretty much anyone could play in it if they were invited. And there were only 4 of the world's top 50 golfers in the tournament, which is a stark contrast from the PGA. It is starting to become abundantly clear that the LIV Golf Tournament is nowhere near the standard of the PGA Tour in terms of skill, and it seems like that endless supply of cash is being almost matched by the PGA. Does this mean that LIV Golf Tour is going to flop? I'm not sure that this setback means that all is lost for the competing league, as they still do have some elite talent under contract, and their seemingly treasure-like amount of money, or gold should I say, is not going anywhere. So if they need to use more money to convince players to come play, they will. But it seems like the LIV Golf Tour is trying to not only compete with the PGA and try to get spine fans to convert the LIV Tour rather than the PGA. I have a feeling that they are also trying to break into a brand new market altogether by trying to engage a younger audience that's not quite connected with the major sport yet. And it seems like all of the major sports in North America, at least, the NFL, MLB, NBA, and NHL are all not being able to grab the attention of this new generation and are losing viewers in the 12 to 18 range. And what are they losing the views to? YouTube videos, TikToks, and Twitch streams. So now when you look at the LIV decision to exclusively stream their majors and other events on YouTube, it sort of seems like they're directing their content at the majority user base of the video platform, which is of course people ages 12 to 18. The LIV Tour is trying to engage people who do not like golf and force them to enjoy their version of the gentleman's game. For starters, their premier tournament was louder than most majors, and by that I mean that the fans at the event were encouraged to cheer and shout and go nuts on the course. The tournament wanted to have a different identity from the PGA Tour because they know they will not beat the PGA Tour at their own game. LIV knows that if it wants to be successful, it has to do everything that PGA does not do. So it will most likely have large purses and large signing bonuses for players who convert to the LIV Golf Tour from the PGA. It will have loud crowds and it will live stream on YouTube. It will be whatever their fans to see because they clearly are not getting it from the PGA, and that is why they chose to watch the LIV Golf Tour instead of the PGA Tour. Will the LIV Golf Tour ever come close to dethroning the PGA Tour? My guess today is no. I think a month ago I would have said that because of its wildly superior funding that it may just bully the PGA financially, forcing the PGA to give way to the LIV Tour. However, the lack of real skill and entertainment value makes the LIV Tour almost unwatchable. So if they want to keep throwing boatloads of cash at these great players to come and play a season with LIV, they may be able to stay afloat for a few seasons, but I don't anticipate anything better than that. I may be wrong, and the LIV Tour may be the next best thing in golf, and I massively missed out on the boat on this one. However, I would bet that the PGA and its surprisingly massive and loyal fan base will survive this war of attrition much easier than the LIV Golf Tour does. That's all we have today for this channel, and thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.